On yourself after that
What are
NC
the
State
feelings like for a guy
loss?
like you?
What are the
who's
last few
never
days
been
been like
through
for you
a
personally?
tournament?
Just getting back in the gym, getting back to the drawing board, watching film, staying confident in my shot, and just keep working with my teammates.
Harrison, for you, this is, if I have it correct, your first time, in the NCAA tournament, first time kind of going through this experience. First of all, just kind of your initial thoughts on, obviously, being on the stage for the first time and just, tell me your expectations going into it.
I'm excited, man. This is what everybody dreams of when they're younger, is playing in March Madness, getting there, and then to be there as a 1 seed with North Carolina fans behind us. It's amazing. And then for me, just expectations, I want to win the whole thing. So nothing more, nothing less.
When you were coming up, and then obviously, watching these tournaments and things like that, like how, I guess, did you, envision, I guess, yourself being in those, and just kind of what did you envision, I guess, wanting to do when you got on that stage?
Everyone wants to hit that crazy half-court buzzer beater or something like that. But for me, just winning at the highest level, making it to Phoenix, making the Final Four. But, for us, I feel like we've done a good job of taking it one game at a time and not overlooking any opponent and, treating every city as its own separate tournament. So this tournament, the Charlotte tournament, and try to win this tournament.
And Harrison, what was your takeaway defensively from the NC State game as a team?
Defensively? We need to do better one-on-one. They weren't really running crazy actions or as back screens. It was more just one-on-one defense. For us, we took a lot of pride this last week of playing one-on-one. We did a lot of shell drill and, doing one-on-one drills, just working on one-on-one defense and taking more pride, stopping your man.
Harrison, what was your experience also on Sunday, watching the selection Sunday, kind of knowing you all would be in, maybe not knowing the seed, but what was your experience just of selection Sunday?
I've always loved selection Sunday, seeing who gets in, seeing who gets out. Especially this year. I feel like there's a lot of bubble teams who didn't get in because teams won the tournament, like NC State won their tournament, someone else won another tournament, and a lot of bubble teams didn't get in. So for me, I kind of watched it more as a fan too, just kind of see what teams get in and where they are and the good matchups that there is.
When you were at Stanford, did y'all watch them as a team?
Not as a team. One time we did, but not as a team, more separately, yeah.
In the recent games, you've taken a high percentage of three-pointers attempts and not as many inside. Is that just the way the flow is, and may that be better tomorrow against Wagner, which doesn't have as much height?
For me, it's just taking what the defense gives me, and I'm open from three. I'm gonna shoot my threes, and driving and just being more aggressive, going to the rim. But in these games, they're kind of playing inside and they're packing the paint in against us, so we had to knock down some threes.
So what are your feelings about going into this type of tournament that you watched so much as a kid with this particular group?
I feel excited and I feel blessed to be with the teammates that are all really my good friends, and it's gonna be a fun ride. We're here in Charlotte. We got here yesterday, we're hanging out, having a good time, and we're in Charlotte, so it's our home city, and it happens to be our home crowd, honestly.
Harrison, what's the scout for Wagner? How you guys preparing?
I'm keep that to us until after the game, but we're preparing, and we got a pretty good scout. We got the best coaches in the nation. Getting there ready. They stay up late watching film, and they got us ready every single day.
You guys watched the game last night together?
We did. We watched the whole thing.
And how was that experience?
It was cool. It was kind of weird not knowing who you're going to play. We were trying to prepare for a team, and you didn't know if you were playing Howard or playing Wagner. And I was watching that team knowing that I didn't even know they were in Dayton, so they have to travel to is pretty tough.
Harrison, I don't know if this was asked before. How quickly did you guys move on from that state loss last weekend?
I think everyone's different. And for me, myself, personally, I don't like to move on too quickly because I don't like to just look over a loss. I kind of want to feel the loss and see how it feels so I don't feel it again. So for me, we had an off day the next day, and after that, I was pretty much done. We kind of moved on and watched some film, talked about it a little bit. But at the end of the day, we know that they were on a little run. They played well, and really they played better than us, played harder than us.
You guys get set for the tournament Thursday. For a lot of you guys, this is a nice experience. What's that experience for the veterans that have been here in this position? What are they kind of like telling you about what to expect?
What they're telling us is they expect more energy from any team that you play, because these could be a lot of seniors' last game ever playing basketball, and no one wants to lose, and no one wants to go out without trying the hardest. And for us, really RJ Mondo, Julie Creighton, and Rob have been in the tournament and been in the big Final Four and been in the big games. It's telling us, to treat it as any other game. When you try to think of it too much, and you psych yourself out and think about anything. But for us, we play on the highest level. We're playing North Carolina, so there's no bigger stage than what we do every single day.
Our principles and our foundation and to continue to propel us forward.
Have you seen anything in particular from them now and with your early preparations today?
Yeah, they had a great win last night against Howard. Those were two good teams, obviously both conference champions. you know, we're looking forward to getting an opportunity to go out and compete.
Do you have any memories of March Madness growing up? Any like specific ones that stick out to you just watching the tournament as a kid?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of memories. I mean, I played in it 2 years ago. That created a lot of great memories for me and our team. Obviously, growing up, there's you know, March Madness has always been like the best time of year for a college basketball fan. You know, there's the buzzer beaters, there's the upsets, there's all that stuff, which is why the sport's so great. You know, it's the best postseason format. There is one and done, single elimination. You know, it's special. So, you know, we're here, we're ready to compete and ready to take part in it.
What would it mean for this group to, you know, to be able to go on a run with these guys you've been with for 6-7 months now?
It would mean everything to us. You know, it's been our goal all season. You know, we've put ourselves in a great position during the regular season, but you know, it starts now again. You know, the season basically resets, and you got to go out and win every game one at a time. And so, you know, this group is they're my best friends. They're great teammates. They're incredible players, and I'm just excited to go compete with them.
So set the scene for me last night. Wagner's playing Howard. Are you guys watching it as a team? You kind of maybe watching it in the room. What was the scene for that?
Yep, we watched the game, and then, you know, after the game concluded, we had our preparation just like we would any other road game. And so getting prepared to go out and win a basketball game tomorrow afternoon.
Did you watch it together, and where did you watch it?
We watched it together. We watched part of it on the bus driving down, and we watched the other part in the hotel.
So what was your reaction during the course of the game? You don't know who you're going to play. I know Wagner was ahead for a while, but how are you processing the game yourself when you're watching that?
Just taking it in. I mean, we've got a lot of smart guys on our team, a lot of great basketball IQs, and so just watching the game, taking note of personnel, plays, actions, play styles, obviously of both teams. And then once you know you find out who your opponent is, you lock in on them. Our coaching staff does a great job having the scouting report and everything ready for us. And then you know our preparation last night and tonight to go get ready to win a basketball game tomorrow.
You were in this 2 years ago in Notre Dame. Among the reasons you came to Chapel Hill is standing here right now in this situation. One of the biggest reasons.
Absolutely, and for all our guys, making the tournament is a huge deal, and we don't want to just make the tournament, we want to win the tournament. But it starts with the Charlotte tournament, and it starts with one game tomorrow, which is why we came to handle business here. It's the best part of college basketball. It's one of the best things in sports is March Madness. It's a great blessing and privilege to be a part of, but we're hungry and we want to win these games.
Is there any pressure being the number one seed here in Charlotte? Is there any more pressure?
I wouldn't say so. I would say, these games are exciting and competitive for everybody, no matter who you play. We wanted the number one seed. We worked hard for the number one seed, and if you ask every team in the country, would you want to be a number one seed? I think they'd say yes. And so with that, you play the opponent that you're matched up against, no matter the seed, no matter the record, no matter the conference. You go out, you trust what you did all year to make you, the team that you are, and you go and win that basketball game.
It seems like Wagner likes to play a slow pace. Will it be important for you guys to push the pace and get out in transition tomorrow?
We just want to do what we do. We want to do what we do well, and what's gotten us to this point thus far. Obviously, it starts defensively. We need to, play really solid defense, guard the three-point line, lock in on personnel, scouting, make sure we're really locked in in those areas, and then offensively, push the pace, run our stuff. Have an inside presence, offensive rebound, knock down shots. The same formula that we've trusted thus far against every opponent we've played. We're not going to make any changes to who we are just because it's a tournament. We're going to continue to trust our foundation, our principles, and go out and compete hard tomorrow.
I want to ask you about the ad where you come out, the ad that you did with the band and everything. Where was that recorded? How did that come about?
That was recorded like a couple months ago, and it was recorded at the hotel, so it was really fun to do that. Yeah.
Which hotel was that?
the Marriott.
In Chapel Hill?
I'm not sure which exactly.
But that was the Carolina band?
That was what?
That was the Carolina band that was with you? That was the UNC band that was with you?
Yeah, the UNC band was there. Yeah,
was that your first ad?
I think the first ad on TV, yeah.
How was that experience?
It was really fun. It took a long time, but it was still fun.
What about coming into your first NCAA game? What are your emotions coming in?
I'm just really excited. I want to go out there and have fun, and it's I feel like we kind of have like a home advantage out here in Charlotte, so I think that'll be even more fun.
It seems like they like to play at a slower pace. How important will it be to get out and transition and kind of push the pace against Wagner?
I think that's always important for us to play at our pace, so that's definitely a focus for us to try to push the pace. Yeah.
Thank you.
The ACC championship definitely stuck with us a little bit, so we're definitely hungry to win, especially in March Madness first round, and kind of just regroup a little bit.
What was the message from Hubert in practice this week?
Obviously, we know what's at stake. We know what we're playing for, but at the same time, he likes to take it one game at a time, and he knows the end result, the end goal for his team to be, but he doesn't want us to look too far ahead, and wants us to focus on the first and second round and our approach to Wagner. So that's been his main approach all year. But he still got that fiery passion.
Is there any added pressure playing in Charlotte, having a #1 seed, and then also the last ride for guys like Armando and Cormac and potentially you?
I wouldn't say pressure. I feel like playing in Charlotte definitely helps us a lot, just because we played here before. And we have a lot of home court advantage in terms of fan-wise. We're in North Carolina, and I think the fan support would definitely help us a lot and kind of just relieve all that pressure.
How special is it to play in Charlotte? Just when you guys played Oklahoma, it felt like it was in Charlotte.
No, it's amazing. I mean, I love playing in Charlotte, love playing here. The 2 times I played here, the fan support, the fan base, they came through and it kind of felt like we was playing in the Dean Smith Center. So that's big time, and that's huge for us, just because of how much of a neutral site game March Madness is. And just to have, kind of just that home feeling, I think will be a big advantage for us going forward.
RJ, this being kind of the last ride, so to speak, for you, what are the emotions with that, no matter what happens?
Yeah, I don't think we haven't really thought about it in terms of how to feel and where our emotions are, but I think for me and him, we're just taking it one game at a time and just trying to focus on staying in the present moment and facing Wagner for our first game and first approach. So, for it being Amando's last year and me not knowing what I'm going to do, it's just more so just kind of just staying present so we don't have to think about it.
Is that easy? Because I would assume that's kind of hard.
It's definitely difficult because sometimes you can't really control your thoughts. You just have them just rambling. But at the same time, I think we do a good job of just staying present, staying in the moment. Because it's hard to deal with, not knowing what to expect. You don't know what your future may look like. But I think me and Miles do a good job of just staying level-headed throughout the weekend.
Speaking of thoughts, what's your thoughts on not being on the second team All-ACC, and then how you finish the season?
Yeah, it's definitely something that motivated me throughout the whole year, just because of how me personally I felt like I've competed throughout all my years playing at UNC and the ACC. But one thing I know I can't control is votes and people's opinions and lists and stuff like that. But I told myself I can't control my play and my mindset against the year. And my approach all year has been just to prove everyone wrong and prove myself right and believe in myself. And I think I did that.
RJ, how hard is it to shoot those pods in that commercial? And did Deja really beat you? Tell me about that.
Nah, it was hard. I thought it was impossible. So, but she did fair and square beat me. I'm not gonna sit here and act like a sore loser. She did beat me. So credit to her.
What was dinner?
But the pods were hard. It was super hard. Dinner was where did we go? We went to Stony River, so it was on me. Yeah.
So at the end, you said it was rigged, but you were just
No,
playing.
it was rigged though, because it was a couple of shots that I felt like they were going in, and just didn't go my way or they flipped upside down. So it definitely wasn't great on my end.
So how much did you practice for that?
Nah, I didn't have no practice. It just threw me in the fire.
RJ, how was Coach Davis this weekend compared to his first NCAA tournament? Was his approach the same? Did he change anything?
One thing about I would say one thing about Coach Davis, I think his approach is always going to be the same. But I think at the same time, it's our first year or his first year head coach as a head coaching job, we were AC. And, our backs against the wall. Normally thought we were going to go to the Final Four national championship game. So, but I think with this year, it's more about our approach and understanding who we are as a team and the team that we're facing. Because this March, anything can happen. So I think he's instilled that fiery edge in the back of our minds of like, you have to approach each game like it's your last and come with that competitive spirit because the other team's going to. And I think we've been doing a good job of preparing that way, and we'll be ready tomorrow.
You mentioned how he wanted you guys to kind of sit with that feeling of what happened versus NC State. How does he make you do that?
Kind of just like watch film and see the mistakes, but at the same time, I think one thing about him is he's always been talking about our response, and I think he definitely gets us fired up in practice. Just in different ways because he knows the potential of us as a team and individual. And he might poke buttons a little bit, but I think that's a good way of kind of just instilling great players and wanting to see that spirit come out. I think he's doing a good job of doing that all year, and we'll be ready for that. And do the same thing we've been doing all year for first year.
Let me ask you this. Oh, go ahead.
What were his words like
that we have a great opportunity and chance to do something special. But I think one thing that really stuck out to me was I think it's just the approach with Dean Smith and Roy. It was to treat like the first round as if like we got like the Charlotte tournament.
Invitation, just invited.
Right. So we got 2 games here. We got to take it 1 game at a time. We're not just looking at LA and then in the Phoenix. We're looking at we're playing in Charlotte. We got 2 games here. We're taking 1 game at a time. I think that really resonated with me, with the whole team, because I know it's hard, like, oh, look, we're playing, we're possibly playing LA, we're possibly playing the Final Four, but I think we move too far ahead, you kind of lose track of what's going on in the present moment. So we got to focus on winning the Charlotte tournament.
We do good enough, they'll invite us back, they'll invite us to LA. I think that's what I've heard HD say.
Yeah.
Did he do that 2 years ago, the same approach, or is that?
No, this is different. This is a different approach. In terms of like, I think his wording, like kind of just going out and win the Charlotte tournament, but a little bit different.
I think one of the elephants in the room all season has been the collision course that some people are expecting. I know y'all not looking that far down the line, but just throughout the season, you winning ACC, Caleb winning Conference Player of the Year. Have you all been keeping up with that, or like has there been like just a conversation in the locker room about that or anything?
I mean, one thing, like, I know like social media, they're gonna make of it whatever, run with their own story, but at the same time, like me and C-Love have love for each other. Like, we're brothers. We came in the same class. We were roommates until COVID happened, so none of that stuff like really phases us. We both congratulated each other, and text one another, and throughout the whole year. I mean, that's like my brother, and like I don't think internet and social media can phase that or change that. But I think at the same time, for me winning Conference Player of the Year, for him to doing it, I think that's just God's work right there.
Agreed.
And I can't be more than happy for him. And I think he's the same way for me, so vice versa. So there's always love between me and him, and none of that social media stuff is good.
A lot of the guys in this room, RJ, have never played in NCAA. Have been giving them any advice?
I mean, it's definitely a lot of the teams like first time playing. I mean, me and Mondo experienced the highs and lows, and it's a national championship. I mean, I just told him just to kind of embrace it, cherish it, at the same time, like, have the right approach. Don't take anything lightly. It's March, anything can happen. Kind of just stay in the present moment, but at the same time, just have a free mind. Don't put too much stress on yourself that's not needed. Because I know it's like it's a high stake and it's March and just want to go home, but at the same time, just kind of have that free mindset to just go out and play your basketball.
Do you kind of have a personal?
Say it again, sorry.
Do you have like a personal yourself this week?
No, not really. Just I mean, I'm just taking it 1 game at a time and just embrace everything. Because I didn't have this last year, last year, so just like they do it, it's back something.